fidelity is ultimately rewarded. I think this is the important lesson we learn from today's gospel, where we see a number of slaves waiting for their master to return. And when he does return, finally, even in the wee hours, when he returns, he rewards them for their faithfulness. And in fact, he himself serves them and lauds them and raises them up. Yes, our fidelity is in fact rewarded, and that's important because so much of our lives we're meant to be faithful to others, whether it's an elderly parent, or whether it's a sick child, whether it's a spouse that one is really trying to love more, whether it's friends or family members who need our attention and our care. We're meant to be faithful in our relationships at all times so that we can help others draw closer to God and one day get to heaven. It's sort of the right thing to do. But it's not always easy to be faithful, is it? Sometimes it's very difficult. To be faithful requires a great deal of watching ourselves and the world around us with vigilance and with care, because we want to live lives that are virtuous, lives in which we're looking out for others, not lives of selfishness where I take and I grasp and I think about myself and I warp everything to what I want all the time. No, that is not the life of the Christian who is trying to live faithfully. The Christian who's trying to live faithfully very often has to grapple with his own emotions, with his own feelings. He has to reach out to the other, even when that's not easy, even when he'd rather not. And that kind of fidelity done for a lifetime is exactly what Jesus rewards us with. He rewards us with so much because it's not easy to do. Think of the slaves. They were waiting up all night into the wee hours, and only then did the master return. We're not meant to be faithful for just a day or 10 years, but we're meant to be faithful in our faith lives for our whole life long. And that's challenging because, once again, we have to die to ourselves to become a new creation, taking up the cross of Jesus, leaving our own preferences aside so that we can live for him, so that inserted into his life through baptism, we can live for him totally. He's the master and we are the servants. But the good news is he actually promises us great rewards, not just in this life, but in the life to come. Each day, I would encourage you to continue praying, whether it's a holy rosary, a holy hour, Lectio Divina, or some form of meditation. Pray each and every day and be faithful to a yes to God through your prayer life. Because if you do, God will reward you. And one day, when this earthly dwelling place that we have is finally wrapped up, almost like a tent, St. Paul says, then finally we'll receive a great reward. The Master himself will be with us forever. He will guide us and love us and minister to us. Faithful in this life, desiring God's love forever in the next. Blessed are those slaves that the Master finds watching, for they will be rewarded. May God bless you.